This video is sponsored by DDA, Dolphy Dream Avalon. More about them later in the video, and remember to click the link in the description down below. Hello everyone, welcome back and good morning. I'm currently in Milson's Point like last week, but this time I'm actually going to go to the Jacaranda Street, the purple street I scattered last week. As I can see in the distance, it is indeed a lot more purple already. Anyway, it is currently 7:30 AM. I expected the sun to rise a little bit later. It's very strong, but hopefully I can get something with a bit of a softer light. Either way, let's get going, shall we? Welcome to Kiribati, and as you can see, it is ever more so slightly purple compared to last week. I'm joking, it's actually way more purple, so last week was kind of a fluke, which is great, at least I can get something here. Now, the thing that has not changed is the amount of flies surrounding my face. It is still ridiculous, bloody hell, it's not even that hot. I did underestimate the amount of sunlight I'll be getting here, so it is way harsher than I thought. But I guess with the amount of shadows here and the fact that I can push the lights with two flashes with stacking because it's not as windy, I can still compensate, not too worried. I'm going to try putting dolls on these fences, or maybe actually on the ground. I'm more inclined to do that because with the pellets falling around, I don't know if you can see it or not, it will look way more authentic, and it will at least look more similar to the shot I got last year, right here. Way more authentic. It's very, very good. I really want to replicate that one. I will also have to do it quickly because the amount of people coming here is starting to get ridiculous. It is a very popular tourist spot at this time of year. So let's get going. Let's unpack. Alright, we have our first shot set up, and this took me a little bit because of the shadows, the dress, which I had to use metal wires to prop it up, and also this bloody chopstick stand, which I had to support the bag, which was not easy, I'll tell you that much. And the amount of flies, if I had $1 for every fly that stopped my face, I could buy a new R5, Jesus Christ. Speaking of camera, 24-70 at 35mm, shooting upwards, landscape orientation. I originally wanted to use the 15-35 at 35, but I thought to myself, you know what, I might try 50 or 70. Ended up using 35 again, so I kind of regret, but I don't really want to change the lens right now. So, two flashes on either side, like that. Pushing the shadows back up, like this. Let's take a look at the shot. Looking good. Let's get the hell out of here. The number of flies are just getting me insane. Alright, I've gotten the first shot done, and I will say someone's bin was definitely leaking because the amount of flies when I was sitting there for an hour was absolutely unbearable. The shot went well, but I don't know if it's going to be better than the last one. The last one was a portrait orientation, this one was a landscape. Very different approach. Either way, our next stop is quite a bit away. I don't know if I'm going to get breakfast first or get there first. Probably going to get there first because I need to concentrate on getting the shot and then getting the hell out. Let's go. After around 20 minutes of traveling, we have arrived at the Strand Arcade, a very classical place right in the middle of the city. Now, this place is special because it actually allows you to shoot some photos in here, unlike Queen Victoria building down the street, which tells you to just get out if you pull out anything bigger than a point-and-shoot camera. I want to shoot something downwards with a wide-angle lens, but the last time I came here, I used a 50mm to shoot along this railing to the back, because I couldn't figure out what to do with a wide angle, not to mention with a fisheye. This time I didn't bring a fisheye. I'm just going to try a wide angle lens. I want to use 20 or 24 and shoot along this or the railing in front of the camera. Hopefully I can show the space of this place instead of just shooting a compressed image like last time. I do not like that. I'm not sure if I should shoot on the 3rd floor or this floor. Maybe this one's better. I'm not too sure, to be honest. But let's try unpacking and see what we can get. Alright, we have a second shot set up and sketchy, but it's my branding at this point, isn't it? Now, I'm using the 15-35 at 22-24-ish millimeter. I want to use 20, but I don't think it'll work here. Might try that, who knows. And just to not flashbang everyone in the vicinity, I'm just going to use 2 lights like this. Should be good enough. I mean, not exactly needing a flash in this kind of scenario, isn't it? Look at this place. Either way, a landscape orientation, something around the lines of that. Okay, I'm gonna find a good angle and let's take a look at the shot. Looks good. Let's pack up. I'm getting hungry and I really need something to eat. Alright, we have our second shot done, and surprisingly, it was not that hard, aside from the risk that, you know, everything is going to fall down. But it's part of my branding, tripods as a kid, not exactly one of my biggest concerns either. And there was no security guards telling me to get out. Way better than QVB down the street, because they will tell you to get out whenever you get something bigger than a point and shoot. I did mention this earlier in the video. I might do a vlog in there one day, but not exactly keen on that without the shot inside. Plus, it wasn't that great either, and I'm gonna get told to get out anyway. Now, I'm not going to shoot all the way in the afternoon because I'm going to hand this to part 2 me. You know, me on the second day. I pretty much should make a bingo sheet at this point. You know, being hungry, waking up early, getting harassed by bugs, or getting harassed by people, so on and so on. Might do that, that's fun. In the meantime, I'm gonna get some food and I will hand this off to me the other day in 3, 2, 1. Welcome to Paddington. But before I begin, I'd like to tell you about my sponsor today, DDA. Dolphy Dream Avalon is a Hong Kong-based event organizer focusing on, well, Dolphys. The next event is on the 7th of January 2024 and I will also be attending. Here are some photos of the past events, so remember to take a look at the description down below for more information. I hope I will see you at the event because I'm going. Come find me or go take a look at the vendors because I hear that they do have a lot this year and are overbooked. So maybe you could go find something you'd like or go take a look at what they're offering. Anyway, enough of the shilling, back to the video. Now, this is obviously a very different day. I am currently in Paddington and it's 3 p.m. in the afternoon. These jacaranda trees in the background have bloomed way earlier than they should. I think it was about a month earlier than last year, so unexpected, but a surprise to be sure. I am beside a very busy road, so I hope nothing gets in the way and you can actually hear me. So I plan to shoot along this road with maybe a 50mm or a 35, hopefully 35, I want to use that more, and see how it goes. The wind is very strong and it is kind of concerning right now, so I hope nothing bad happens because I am on the ground, not high up, but either way, let's start unpacking. Okay, now we have our first shot set up. It took me a bit because the wind is indeed very, very strong today for no reason at all. And things were wobbling. The bag just fell down, as you can see right there. God damn, I hate it. But either way, 24-70 at 50mm, shooting horizontal with 2 flashes on either side to support the exposure. It is a bit backlit, so I hope stacking or the R5's file itself can support the exposure. I'm not too concerned as long as the composition is good, but I am indeed a little bit worried that the wind might introduce a little bit of micro shaking or micro vibrations, something like that. Either way, let's take a look at the shot. Looks good. Let's get the hell out of here. Okay, I've got the shot, but this took a little bit longer than I expected, so it kind of is my own fault because I was micro-adjusting a lot of things and then I wasn't really happy with the wind f***ing up everything, so I had to get it done. The next spot is a little bit away, the same bus where I came, and then all the way to Circular Quay and then taking the ferry to North Sydney. That shot, I really do not know if I can get it or not, because the wind is getting stronger and stronger and that place is right by the water, which is getting a bit concerning. Hopefully I can get that shot because that is one of the ones I want to get before I leave Sydney for a few months. We have to get going. The bus is coming in a bit. Ah, there it is. Let's go. We have reached our last spot for today, a little bit from Milson's Point. I forgot the name of this park, I'll put it down below. But I don't think I can get the shot right here because the wind is very, very strong. Everything is going to get blown apart in a second. And I also only have around 30 minutes or so to prepare everything, set up everything, and change the close of the door. Don't think I can do it. I'm still going to try, it's not going to stop me, but no promises. One more thing. I am slightly concerned with the weather today, with it being a bit hazy. I don't know if it's just me, or it's the camera, or it's my glasses. Probably my glasses, to be honest. I can do dehazing, but not ideal. Either way, let's try and pack and get a shot. By some bloody miracle, I've managed to set up a shot and change everything, and also set up all of this around the place. And the sun has not set yet, which is great. That means I still have a little bit of time left. One flash over here, one flash over there, balancing the light out with a 24-70 at 45-50-ish millimeters, compressing the background a little bit more. I don't know if you can see it, but the wind is still quite a bit concerning with the hair moving around, meaning that stacking is going to be a little bit harder. Let's take a look at a shot. Looking good. You know what? I might do something a little bit special today. I'm going to answer some questions from you guys because, well, it's not quite sunset yet and I still have a little bit of time. And ever since I started doing this kind of stuff with videos and all that, I have been getting a lot of questions, both from you guys on Instagram or even on Twitter or from my friends. I'm going to answer them bit by bit at the end of every video. First question, let's go. How do you get good at doll photography? Spend 4 years trapped on the island with nothing much to entertain yourself with, and also spend thousands of dollars worth in camera gear, and also get hyper depression, and then you'll get good. Bloody hell, there's a plane, helicopter or something over there that's really loud, Jesus. Next question. What is Photoshop? It's something cosplayers or your mum uses to get prettier and get more likes on OnlyFans or something. Next question. What are you looking for when scouting for a photo location? Good question. I usually know what it looks like, but if I haven't been to that place before, I look for leading lines. I look for things that lead towards the subject or at least guides the viewer's eyes to something. I also look for not blown out or completely dark places, so a good balance of highlights, shadows and midtones. I know the photo might look a bit dull because of that, but the next point kind of saves it. I also look for good colors, contrasting colors or matching colors that pushes the subject away from the background, and thus I also look for foreground. With more foreground, this makes it more or less 2D in a way and pop out even more, because you are getting a leading line, at least something leading to the subject, and then looking towards the background, making it less of a cardboard cutout. That's all the questions I'm going to do for today, because I don't want to make this video really long. So put whatever you want to ask in the comments below or DM me on Instagram and I'll put them in the next video. Let's start packing up. I've made the decision to just film this outro before packing anything, because I don't have much time before light just completely dies out, and well, I'm gonna have a field day packing all of this because it's just all over the place. I haven't touched any of this. Now, as I said earlier, if you have any questions you want to ask me, just put them in the comments below. I'll answer them in the next video, or just DM me on Instagram directly. I'll read them if I have the time. Anyway, thank you very much for watching to the very end. Like and subscribe if you want to see me running around like a chicken or more of these garbage videos, and I will see you next time. Lemon out.